thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating in Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Only a yard on the pickup there. And it'll bring up a third down. Breeze going to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jabril Peppers. A former first-round pick there on the coverage. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Detroit! Now let's go!
Mayfield now on second down. Going for the deep ball. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Josh Gordon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. They go play action. Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Baker Mayfield, obviously the #1 pick overall. That was controversial, though. What ultimately made the Browns go in his way?
Well, post-draft, I did hear a Browns executive talk about the efficacy of Baker Mayfield. In other words, how people rally to him, how people respond to him. He talked about seeing him at a workout, how he showed up, yelled out to the other guys. They yelled back with the same response, ran right to him, and they were ready to start the workout. He said things like that and his talent tipped the balance in his favor to go #1.
Leopard!
2nd down, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A first down carry here for Johnson. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
When trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. This will be caught inside the 10. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. This is first and goal from about the 8. They'll run high, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up third and goal. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. Third and goal. They'll run for it with Hyde. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Good set, good set, good set. Check. 12.
On second down, here's Breeze. This is a catch by Ted Ginn. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Good set, good set. kill!
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play.
Here we go.
But on that
Good
one,
set.
he looked like one of those guys.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a third down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun on third down, Breeze. Forced out to his left, and he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Good set.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
And it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
A give. This is Kamara. And some room to maneuver. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Here we go. Sammy!
Boston Scott, his first carry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Breeze. He may try and run for this. Now Breeze lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. They begin the drive with Johnson. Takes to midfield, but no further, just a yard there. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8. Incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Good set. Four down.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. To throw, Mayfield. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a 10 carry for Johnson. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
From the gun, Mayfield. On the catch, it's Duke Johnson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Mayfield to throw it. Gets it to Gordon. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and have the ability to run it in.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Browns add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Carlos Hyde, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Gonzalez to add the PAT. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On second down, Scott. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll try to fire up the running game with Hyde. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Mayfield. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a bullet dodge there defensively. They surrender excellent field position on the kick return, but it winds up not costing them a thing.
And that's a tough sequence of events from an offensive perspective. The inability to get first downs leads to the field goal try. And the inability to cash that in leads to nothing on the scoreboard.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Breeze now to throw. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 20. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. 1st down, a run with Hyde. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Sometime in this 4th quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
Leopard! Leopard! Gone! 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 Gone!
Mayfield on play action. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Detroit! Detroit!
And now a 1st chance for the backup here to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. To throw is Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Breeze got to have this one. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Larry Ogunjobi in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. So quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Carlos Hyde with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Browns add on to their lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can. Now Breeze wants the football. Or call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
11. Ready. We're waiting.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Now a desperation throw deep down into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Leopard! Gone!
Check 52 to Mike. Check 52 to Mike.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Josh Gordon, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. on second down. Here's Breeze. He goes underneath to Ingram. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a third down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He's going to let it fly. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today. Yeah,
just 1 pick so far, and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, you know, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth-quarter advantage. They'll run it with Johnson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it? Yeah. This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL.